Hi, today a little bit of a different video, just a short one for any of you that do have the new Mondraker Crafty with the removable battery. This is a video just to show you how you change the battery. I mean, it's very simple really. The difference with the Mondraker to previous bikes I've owned is that the battery is attached to the battery cover. So you see here we have the Bosch Power Tube 800. But you will also see here, it is attached to the cover that fits over the bike. So when you remove the battery, you unscrew it from here, take it out of the bike, and there you go. You've got a big unit like this. If you want to change the battery at any point, or you are doing a big bike park day and you want to be turboing up the steep hill so you can come down as many times as possible, which is, to be fair, what I do when I go to Bike Park Wales, you might feel that one battery isn't enough and you need a second battery. So you do have the option of buying a battery that you can just swap out of this, but you also have the option of buying the battery and a spare one of these. So what I did, I was very fortunate. I happened to source a second Power Tube 800 battery for a very, very, very cheap price. I mean, a lot cheaper than you'll see them advertised for. I don't quite know how I did it. And I was slightly concerned I might be buying something dodgy, but no, it is exactly what it says it is, and it all works fine. So if you are looking to buy a second battery, shop around. eBay possibly, but make sure obviously you check out the seller and check out that you're buying the correct thing. You need a horizontal battery for the Mondraker Crafty. Bosch do a Power Tube as a vertical and as a horizontal. I believe, and I might be wrong here, but I believe the vertical battery is silver. I've seen a couple of them advertised, some silver ones and some black ones. What you want is a black horizontal Power Tube like this. If you're looking at pictures of the item you're buying, make sure that this is this way round. The other battery, the silver one that I've seen online, has that slightly different in the battery. So you need to make sure that you have that in the correct place and that it is, there you go, the Bosch Power Tube, either an 800 or a 600. I've got the 800, so I'm going to be showing you how you just swap out the 800. So yes, it's attached to this plate here. I believe, by the way, you can get these from a Mondraker dealer. I've been quoted around 35 quid-ish, so it's not too expensive and probably very useful if you just want to quickly swap them out, because you won't want to be doing this in a car park, and you definitely won't want to be doing this at the side of a trail. And also these are pretty heavy if you want to carry one of these around in a backpack. You don't really want to be doing that. If you want a long ride, there's something else you can use, and that's a range extender, but I'll be covering that in a separate video. So today we're just going to look at swapping out an old battery for a new one on the faceplate. So to swap the battery off this, it's very, very, very simple. You do need the correct tool though. What you need is one of these little things, if you can, one of these funny little star shapes. That's not focusing properly. It's focusing on me. There we go. One of these star shaped tools. And it's a T10 star shaped tool. So you need one of those. And then we have here 2 screws at the bottom here, but we'll just quickly unscrew those. And then we have 4 screws, you can see, 1 at the top, 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom, 2 at the bottom. So you've got 6 screws that need to come out. So let's get those screws out. These 2 at the bottom are a little bit tricky access wise. See, these screws are very, very tiny. You really wouldn't want to be losing one of those in a car park somewhere. Right, there we go, all the screws are out, and it's really just a very simple matter now of taking the battery out of the cover and there we go. That is the cover, the battery cover that you get with your Mondraker Crafty, and it really is just a simple case now of getting the spare battery, slotting it straight in and putting those screws back in. Right, so here's the second battery, another Bosch Power Tube 800. You can see the original one here. And now make sure you do slot it in the right way. Just remember which way round the battery came out, but you literally slot it in like this, back in its little cage, and then you just replace the screws. It really is that simple, obviously. Everything lines up very easily. Just stick the 6 screws back in again and you're good to go. Just make sure you put the battery in the right way up. But once the screws are in, put the battery back in your bike and you'll be good to go. And so that really is that simple. It looked quite complicated to me when I first got the bike and realised that the battery was attached to the battery cover, hence the reason why I've done this little video, just for anybody else that's considering buying a second battery and wants to know how you do that and how easy it is. My advice would be spend the extra 35 or so quid and buy a second battery holder. I do have one on order. My local bike shop has ordered me that, so I should just be able to swap them straight over in the frame when I'm somewhere like Bike Park Wales and I want to rinse the battery and get as much out of it as I can. To be fair, the battery life is very, very good, so I can't see I will need to use a spare battery all that often, but what I do like to do is alternate them so that the batteries last longer over the period of time that I have the bike, so both of them will hopefully get equal use and will both come in very useful. So anyway, I hope this has proved useful to you. I also will be doing a video on the range extender, so that will be coming at some point, yeah, I hope if you are a new Mondraker Crafty owner that this video has been useful to you. So thanks very much for watching.